Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Digna.
Welcome to Relationships.
We're a couple having a few.
Happy Sunday Fun Day, or I guess if you're listening to this, happy Monday. Fun Day? I mean, it rhymes obviously, but it just doesn't go. I am here with my beautiful bride, Digna.
Hi!
And my handsome little man, Desmond.
I'm actually Bob.
Desmond Bob.
Desmond, actually Bob. I don't know if I'm doing this just because I hate myself. I'm not sure for the reason, but it is after 7:30 on a Sunday night, and I release episodes Sunday going into Monday at midnight. And I already have an episode. It was meant for this week, but we just got back from a camping trip, and I'll mention more about that. And I was like, you know what? While it's still fresh on our minds and fresh on our plates and all that stuff, I'm just going to get it out there and go there ASAP. So we actually got back, how long ago?
6 hours-ish?
6 hours ago.
Yeah.
So this time last night, where were we, Des? So we just got back 6 hours ago. So where were we last night?
We are camping.
Camping, yeah.
Yeah, we stayed at the campsite called Manatee Hammock in Titusville, Florida.
And I will say, we are not tent camping people.
No.
We are RV folk. We're gypsies.
We're glampers. Oh, is that what gypsies are called now?
Sure.
Glamping.
Glamping
Glampers?
it used to be called gypsy, but I guess it had a negative connotation. And speaking of Titusville, this week in Relation Sips, we are sipping on a product made in Titusville.
Yes.
We are drinking beer.
What kind of beer, Desmond?
Root beer.
And is it delicious?
So yeah, this root beer is made in Titusville, Florida at a place called Playalinda. We've had their beer on an earlier episode. I think we actually had the Robo Not Red. I went up there today, had some business to attend to. Yeah, decided to stop by and see what they were doing up there. And yeah, so we've got ourselves some nice root beer. So, and like I mentioned, it is after 7:30, which means his bedtime's coming up soon. So if you were wondering, not only is it alcohol-free, the ABV of 0, but it's also caffeine-free. So should not mess with him going to sleep.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
It's also Benadryl flavored. I don't know.
So is this your favorite root beer, Desmond, that you've had? I know you've had a few of them. Do you think this might be your favorite?
Yes.
Why?
Because it has a little more click to it.
It had a little more click to it, like the bubbles, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
a little more sweetness.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a little bit of sweetness. Yeah, a little click and a little sweetness. That the click, that's really the most important part.
That's
That's exactly. We had this planned for I don't know, how long did we have this planned? About
I think I reserved it at the beginning of September.
So beginning of September, we reserved this because originally this weekend there was supposed to be a rocket launch that was going to send
Rocket launch!
It was going to send rocket men up to the ISS, and that one was not scrubbed, but
It just was postponed.
they changed the date on it. So we're like, oh my gosh! And before we were going up there was supposed to be another launch. Well, I guess the winds were really bad, like the day before we actually went up. So they scrubbed that. Well, they didn't scrub it completely. They postponed that one. Mm-hmm. And it just so happened that we were up in Titusville, which is like right where the rockets take off. And so we could look directly across the river. And what did we see directly across the river, Des?
The giant NASA building where they build rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Where the crawler is.
Yeah, where the crawler is.
Yeah. We got to see the vehicle assembly building, which is is it the largest one-story building? Or something like that?
It's the biggest one-story building in the world, or at least was. I don't know is all that stuff, but it has to be huge because you build rockets inside of it. So you've got to, you need a lot of square footage or cubic footage for that matter.
But yeah, we could see the VAB across the river, and we could see a couple of launch sites, right? Or at least one.
Yeah, we were looking at the wrong launch site. It was funny because there are multiple sites. It's not just one launch pad up there. And we were looking at one. It was like, okay, we can see it. It's probably going up from there, and it appeared. It was kind of a little bit cloudy, and it was far enough away.
Couldn't tell.
It was far enough away you couldn't make it out clearly. So it was like, yeah, I think that's probably where it is. And we're looking at it on the phone, 3, 2, 1, and we're like, I don't see anything. It's not moving. What's going on? And then just, you're looking over there, but you kind of see it out of your peripheral. You look, and you see, it's like, oh, it's there. So it was actually a little bit south of where we were looking.
What was your favorite part of the launch, Des? Was it the fire coming out of the rocket? Was it the noise? What was the best part?
I think it was the noise.
It's pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
What did it
it
sound
was like a long noise, right?
It sounded like thunder.
It did sound like
It was like a big, like a long rumble. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Even though we're from Melbourne, where you can see the rockets, it's still not the same as being like up there. It looks like the size of something super skinny from down here, but then it like you can see how big the rocket really is when you're kind of close to it. So if you ever get a chance, I think we had a question one time about bucket lists. You should have that on your bucket list if you've never seen it. It's a really awesome sight to see.
Yeah, and you got to see it with a friend of yours, right, Des?
Yeah, Andrew and Jackson was there.
Yeah, you met a couple kids.
You met Jackson.
So you know Andrew, and he got to come over and visit with us, and he got to see the launch with us with Miss Trish. And what were the names of the other kids that you met?
Nicholas, Boston. I don't remember Nicholas's brother's name.
I also don't remember his name. I think it starts with a C, like Colin maybe, but it's not Colin.
We'll say Nicholas's brother is his name.
Jackson, right? And what did you guys do this weekend? What was the most thing you did?
Riding scooters, of course.
Of course. From just after breakfast until just before bedtime.
I mean, for hours, they'd just be going up and down the little street that they had there. And it's really cool because, like, the speed limit is 5 miles an hour. So even though there are vehicles, I mean, of course, watch your children. But, you don't really have to worry about someone just, going down there because it's super slow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a nice little campsite. It's really shaded. And I mean, you will die of any sort of bug bites if you go there any time during the summer or any hot month whatsoever. It was actually really nice the first couple days we were there, nice and breezy. So it kept a lot of the bugs at bay. I think yesterday and today was my most, I guess I was the victim the most of a lot of bites, the mosquitoes and the no-see-ums. But yeah, going there during like cooler months, really cool because there's a lot of trees and each campsite has its, like overhead coverage, so you don't like get a ton of direct sun, and then you also just get a little privacy from some of the other campsites as well.
Yeah, and this one was, like I mentioned, right near the river, and I mean just the amount of foliage, the trees and they weren't like recently planted trees. Like some of these are like big, multi-100-year-old trees. So it's a really, really good spot. I'd never been there before. So what do you think? Should we go back sometime, Des?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should check to see if they have any openings like January or February, when it's still cool.
January,
nice.
February, March, and April. Do you know that song, Des?
Yes.
What's the song about?
The months of the years.
The months of the years.
Another reason why we did this, so we went there and we had our camping experience. Then we had a little bit of an activity that we left the campground and we went and did something.
Oh, yeah. Where'd we go?
Putt-putt.
Yeah,
yes.
putt-putt. What was it called? Golf and
Gator.
Putt-putt.
Yeah, they actually had tanks with gators and some snakes and things like that. Yeah, and they had a parrot that talked too. I remember that one.
I panned for chips.
Panned for chips. I don't even know what that means. It sounds delicious the way you explain it, but what he's talking about, they had a thing there where you could pan, like they were talking about, and I think you meant panning for gems.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But yeah, so they give you like a bag.
Those would be some
well, they don't
soggy
give you
chips.
anything. You buy a bag of dirt,
Buy a big bag of dirt.
and they have like the running water. It's almost like the way a stream would be, and you pour your dirt in a filter type thing, and you just until you find stuff. But we found a lot of cool gems, different colors, amethyst, and different there was a couple of pretty. What was your favorite colored one?
I think it was the big chunks, like the glass-looking ones.
Oh, the ones that were almost like perfectly clear. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Those were pretty neat. We're gonna check those out under the microscope this week and see what fun shapes and I guess geographic. What am I trying to say? See what cool geographic shapes. That's not the word I'm.
Geologists are the ones who study the rocks.
Right. Is geographic shapes a thing?
How about geological?
No, but what I mean is under the microscope, like all the different lines.
Oh, you're saying
and shapes.
so it'll look like mountains and stuff, but it'll be inside of this little gem.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think so, but sure.
You know what? Maybe one of us will figure out what she's saying.
I think I meant geographic shapes.
But geographic is Earth. It's like mountains and like geography. Like here is China. Here is that place.
I'll find the word. So we're definitely going to check under the microscope and see what fun stuff we see in the shapes of all these different little
all geospatially,
gems.
like you were saying.
Yes.
And so we did that. The putt-putt was pretty fun. We panned for fool's gold. We had pyrite in there, so there was some fool's gold in there. And we went back, and then this morning you have to be out of there by 11. So we got up, ate breakfast, packed up, and I would say that was a roaring success. So it's the first trip we've had.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't super rainy.
Yeah, it was this vehicle. First time we've ever taken this vehicle, this trailer, all that combination, and the first time at this particular site. So the experience was great. So I definitely want to go back. While we were there, we also carved up a pumpkin.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, so last night we even had the pumpkin. We had a little lantern. We didn't have candles, so we put a lantern inside the pumpkin, and it lit our site. So
we'll definitely share some pictures when we air this one.
Yes, just in a few hours from now. So now we're sitting at 7:46 p.m. So I'm really pushing myself to the wire. That's going to give me less than 4 hours to get this thing completely out there. Then we came back today, and we have had some news that was not ours to share.
But we knew about.
And we knew about it. Yes, we've known about it. And, mark it right now. This is a time where I was able to keep a secret. When someone gives me exciting news, I want to share it with the world. And finally, it has been shared with the world. So now we can say...
Vanessa and Tyler are going to have a
Baby.
Yes,
baby.
Today is their first wedding anniversary, and they announced that they are expecting a little Mogwai in May.
Yeah, so we don't know boys, girls, what it's gonna be. We don't know names.
Boys, girls.
We don't know any real details, but we know that it is definitely a baby.
There's definitely a baby.
There is definitely a baby.
It's very exciting. Yeah, last year at this time, this exact moment, so 7:48 would have been 6:48 there, and I want to say the wedding started at 6. So we probably were just
You
wrapping
mean
up
the reception or
No, the wedding. So was it earlier?
yeah, the wedding itself.
Oh
was
yeah,
early.
it was like 2.
Yeah, it was very bright out.
You're right. Yes, it was during the day. So the wedding was over. We were kind of in between, and I think by now we were in the reception. So at this point, 1 year ago, we were partying in St. Louis, and Desmond probably had fallen asleep in a chair somewhere.
Or shortly after this time.
Mm-hmm.
I know he fell asleep at the reception in his cute little dressed up
So cute.
apparel.
And then we went to the haunted mansion and we slept / stared at the door because there were scary stories.
By the way, not the haunted
someone
mansion.
told me.
It was Lemp Mansion.
Yeah,
which,
so it wasn't the haunted mansion at Disney World.
which
It was
is supposedly
Yes.
a haunted mansion That is in St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't get background. We didn't get some sort of insider-only sleep at Disney World.
Yeah, we didn't have a reception. You mean we didn't fly back home to Orlando after a
I don't know.
wedding?
Maybe we're ballers with all the.
What was your favorite part of St. Louis or of the wedding, Des, when we went last year?
The wedding, I think it was wearing my boots.
Wearing your boots. You did wear your boots a lot that trip. Did you wear boots to the wedding?
Yes.
I thought you wore fancy black shoes.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Because you asked me, are you gonna pick boots or black shoes? And I said boots.
Oh, that makes sense.
Did you do any dancing at the wedding?
I don't remember that.
You did. Remember you danced with the two girls that you just met? They were my friend's daughters, or mommy and daddy's friend's daughters, Amber's little girls.
Yep.
You dance. You dance with Delia. I remember.
There's photographic evidence whether he remembers it or not. But yeah, we had a really good time at their wedding. But yes, so now our friends, they're joining the parents club.
Yay!
So we're gonna mail them out their welcome to the club package and really exciting, really good friends of ours. And if you guys don't remember, they were on an earlier 2 episodes with us.
Mm-hmm. Sometime in June they would have aired, or the end of May.
I'm assuming everyone who listens, like, faithfully listens every single week on Monday. But just in case you happen to miss that, go ahead and look back, take a gander at it, and they were really fun times.
Yeah, those were good episodes.
And maybe we'll have another set of episodes with them in the future.
Yay!
So that'll be really cool. Really cool. We'll be drinking something non-alcohol. Maybe we'll drink alcohol, and the mother-to-be won't be. I don't know.
Or maybe we'll make another family episode and we can get root beer from a different brewery and somewhere else.
In somewhere else.
And here or St. Louis or somewhere else.
Hitherfore too.
Oh, I found the name of the word. You can feel free to cut all of this out, but it's geometric shapes.
Oh.
Not geographic shapes.
Oh, I didn't know you actually meant like physical, like
No, I meant the actual like,
Geometry.
geometric shapes
Oh.
in
I
rocks.
thought you were saying that
No.
there were like specific like imperfections in the rock that you were.
No.
And I was like, I don't know what those imperfections would be called
Nope, not at all.
because I'm not a geologist
So we're ready for pod.
or a geometrist.
Are we ready for Poddex?
Poddex.
Yay!
Poddex.com.
Poddex.com.
I'm going to change this one a little bit. But if you were to die and come back as a person or thing, what do you think it would be? By person or thing, I'm just going to leave off the person. So if you were to die and you were able to come back as
Anything else?
anything else, what would you come back as?
It could be an animal. It could be a thing. It could be whatever. A plant.
I would be a cyclops.
A cyclops. All right.
All right. So
Why would you be a cyclops?
Because if I was in danger, I could just fly away.
I don't think they
fly. But hey, if you want to come back as a flying cyclops,
There you go. A flyclops.
then you'll be flying with very little depth perception because you
that-
only have one eye.
Yeah. Flying and not really able to judge distances. Do you know what a cyclops is, Des?
It's a monster with one eye.
Oh. But they're kind of human-like, if I'm not mistaken. So they're like giant people with one eye. I feel like they're giants. They might be regular size.
I think the only positive is that I think they are bigger.
I actually changed my
feel like
mind.
Instead of wearing
small.
glasses, they can save money and wear a monocle. So I mean, there's that. So there are.
What would be
pros
your
to
second choice?
I actually want to be a Frankenstein.
Okay.
that. Okay, a Frankenstein. So
The monster? Frankenstein's monster with the bolts?
Yes.
All right.
Maybe not like with the bolts,
So if he-
but I wouldn't want to be a Frankenstein.
So if he dies and comes back, he's actually
Wants
probably
to
going to come back in his own body.
So
Just
he just wants to be essentially a zombie.
exactly. So there you go. Our son would like to be a Frankenstein.
So just a monster of any type.
It was the monster mash. If you could, if you could, you know what? Well, we can do monsters if that's what we want to do. What kind of thing would you like to be if you were going to be a monster?
Like just a creature?
Sure, like a whatever.
See, my first answer was going to be a llama. But let me think of I mean, a unicorn's pretty cool. I think it'd be a unicorn.
And it's practically a llama with a horn, so there you go.
Oh, wait, but I can't fly either.
So Pegasus?
I'd rather be a Pegasus.
Pegasus with no horn.
I guess.
Some Pegasus have horns.
Pegasus?
Or is that like a unicorn horn Pegasus?
Yeah.
Purple people eater?
No.
What would you be, Joe?
If I'm going to be some sort of mythical animal creature or we're going monster. I
It doesn't have to be a monster. A mythical creature. Something not real.
Something not real. Let's go dragon. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
If they can actually fly, I mean...
That's
They
kind of a
can.
step up from a Pegasus or a flying Cyclops.
Well, I think like dragons are supposed to be like smart too. Because like I wouldn't want to come back as a cockroach because you have like no...
But a flying cockroach?
A flying cockroach.
Cockroaches
Palmetto.
fly.
Just a palmetto bug?
Yeah.
All cockroaches
No,
fly
they
in.
don't.
I don't know about the...
No, they don't. You know what? We should ask Miss Trish if cockroaches fly. She knows a lot about roaches.
She knows a lot about trying to pick up a crab too.
Yes. So that's our monster answer in preparation for Halloween. The other thing we did this past week was paint eggs, like plastic eggs, to look Halloweeny so that we can hide them and look for them on Halloween. So let us know what creature or monster or mythical being you'd like to be if you weren't you anymore, and what your Halloween plans are. And yeah, wash your hands. Don't be gross.
Be safe.
Bye.
This has been a Getting to Know Brews presentation.
Music provided by purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com.